Hey everybody, Beaumont Enterprise sports reporter Avi Zalen here in a abandoned, almost totally abandoned except for Lamar SID James Dixon, Montaigne Center, where I watched a 0 for 2 performance tonight from Lamar. Both Lamar Lady Cardinals lost in what can be considered an upset against Northwestern State, and then the men, perhaps more predictably, fall against the Demons. Just to start off with the men first. The theme of my story in Sunday's paper for the game story is that really, Northwestern State arguably is what Lamar hopes to become in terms of a program. They have one of the longest tenured coaches in the NCAA Division I right now. Mike McConaughey's been there. This is his 15th season, and so there's a lot of stability there. And in addition, they have a ton of players. They have a lot of depth. They have 14 players saw minutes against Lamar compared to 8 for the Cardinals. So I don't want to give everything away, but I mean, just depth becoming a huge issue for Lamar right now. Pat Knight said in his post-game press conference that 3 guards are injured. We knew about Anthony Holiday. He fell on his collarbone on Thursday against SFA. And then Keelan Blanks is not healthy either. He's injured. I'm not really sure with what. I'll have to ask about that. And then Marcus Owens as well has a tweaked ankle. So they're not at 100% right now, and especially for a team that was having a lot of depth issues, to begin with, it's especially critical. And I've kind of said for a while now, but really the only game left on Lamar's schedule that I think they can win, at least on the men's side, is against UCA. I don't really have the schedule in front of me to tell you when that is, but next week they get Sam. They get a week to maybe get a little healthier, but next week they get Sam here, second place in the conference. Unless they came out the way they did against SFA and really put it to them, that's going to be a huge surprise if they come away with a win there. So like I said, it's a matter of maybe they'll beat a UCA and becoming eligible for the Southland tournament, but I don't really see that happening right now. As far as Saturday night, Ron Mitchell scores a career-high 26 points on 12-27 shooting, so that was a bright spot. That was a big reason why Lamar was down only 2 at halftime, 39-37, but then they just get blown out. I mean, they get blown out in the second half bad, 48-30. Northwestern State goes on a 28-12 run in the first 10 minutes of the second half. It was like the Globetrotters came to town. I think they actually did come to town at Ford Park, but this was different. A lot of alley-oops, a lot of threes. I think they were something like 3 for 4 from three-point range in that span. Maybe you've even hit 4. I'll have to check. But either way, a lot of it came in transition. And Pat Knight said, it came down to our guys being tired. We had 3 guys play for the full 20 minutes in the first half and just completely, out depth. And, obviously you can use that, saying, we don't have healthy guys, kind of as an excuse, but at the same time, like, you're supposed to have at least some players that can come in off the bench, aside from 3 different guys. Keelan played a little bit on Thursday, and I think that's because they actually had like a fighting chance against SFA, but in the second half, it's just blow down, probably not worth the risk, but I'll have to check. But Lamar doesn't have a walk-on player. Brendan Doty quit at the beginning of the season, before the season even started. He went through summer with them, rather. They don't have a walk-on player, so I don't know how many teams in the Southland Conference are in that same boat, but they're free. You can pick them up at the rec center, but obviously that's just a whole other issue. Lamar usually is pretty reliable from an offensive standpoint, but they shoot 38.1% from the field tonight. In contrast, in the second half, 9-30. From the field, so not very good. It's one of these things where I could go on and on with the statistics. Bench got outscored 43-11, in the paint 48-24. Just on and on about how badly things went. Amos Wilson picked up 4 fouls kind of early, but I feel like you don't really care about that right now. It's just kind of from the sense I'm getting is that we're looking bigger picture now. it's okay. They lost their 22nd game of the year. It's probably like no difference than the preceding 21 games. So obviously, folks are looking a little bit forward right now. We'll have to see how things develop. I'll say right now, I don't foresee, and just based on who I talked to and the situation, I don't foresee anything drastic happening before the season's over in terms of personnel decisions. I know some people are getting impatient, and I mean, rightfully so, with the amount of losing that's been going on here. Just some perspective. I've seen Lamar win twice in person. I've covered this team since October 2012, and I've seen them win twice in person. Um, so it's kind of just the way things are right now. Obviously we'll keep you updated as much as we can, but like I said, don't really expect anything drastic before the end of the year. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned. And that's it. Thanks. Bye.